What's up, guys? My name is Stepan and I'm here with Matt.
Hi guys.
And today we're going to talk about 4 different coins: Blur, ENJ, Bitcoin, and ETH. I think we've got some crazy trades there. And before we start, we want to tell you that we're not financial advisors. You should trade only if you're experienced. But with that said, let's move to the first chart of Blur and let's see what we've got there.
Okay, so let's look at Blur on the 4 hour. I think that we are in a wedge right now, and if we break the wedge, we go like way up. And I think if we retest the bottom of the range, it's a great open. So I think there are two scenarios. One of them is this one, and you take some profits here. And if we break this line, you go way higher. And the other scenario would be this one, something like this. And again, you would take the profits here, and then if we break this line, you would take the profits way higher. So I think that is a crazy one. I think you should really look out for the Blur charts, and there are some good trades here.
Yeah, I agree. I really believe that we could explode with this chart. Blur is trending on Twitter. We've got a lot of traffic coming to Blur. Everyone's learning about the coin. So I believe that if we fall a little bit lower to 0.77, I think there is a huge chance that we would explode and probably go for a price discovery at higher prices. So this could mean like 200% rate or even higher. So I think you should definitely try to open this long. You've got really close invalidations on both trades. If we break out immediately towards upwards, we've got really close invalidation the first 4 hourly close below, and if we fall lower, we've got invalidation as we close for hourly below 0.77. So I think those two trades are extremely good to open. You should look out for them. And yeah, this is everything for Blur, I guess, and we can move to another coin.
Okay, so the next coin we'll talk about is ENJ against the dollar. We're gonna start off talking about the weekly charts. I think the weekly chart looks really great. You have this wall fake out right here, and then you have the consolidation above the breakout level. And I think there could just be a huge candle right up to this resistance, and if we break this one, we could go way higher. If you look at the chart, there's only those two resistances. This one, which I don't think is as significant as this one, and I think it's a good open right here. You have the invalidation below this line called invalidation, and the trade looks something like this. This trading view. The trade looks something like this. Basically, the first one is this one. You take some profits here, and if we break this one, you can take some profits here. And once we break this one, if we ever do, we just go to the highs. I think it looks really great. What do you think?
Yeah, I believe so. I talked about it in some of my previous videos. I talked about it at the bottom, or not at the bottom, but at the retest of the level. So if you open the trade there, I think you're in some good profits. I think it's about 10 or maybe even more percent, 12, yeah, as you can see. And yeah, I really believe that we could at least see 0.69 as our next target for ENJ. Everything's look good there, so there is nothing that could stop us. The only thing that could stop us probably is if crypto overall falls to some lower levels, like maybe on Bitcoin like 19k or something like that. If that happens, there is a huge chance that we would probably fall below and keep falling. Okay, I think that's everything for ENJ USD. And we can also check out ENJ versus Bitcoin, and let's see what we've got there.
Yeah. So ENJ against Bitcoin looks also great. On the weekly, you also have this fake out here. You already broke out. We're somewhere around the midpoint of this, I think. Yeah, we are. But I mean, there's still upside. I think like if ENJ starts breaking on the dollar chart, it just easily goes through this, and we could go through to the new highs. Or not the new highs, but we could like look at the highs again, maybe break them and go to price discovery. I think ENJ against Bitcoin looks great also. Now let's move on to Bitcoin. So on the weekly, it's still the same. You have this resistance, we're struggling with it, but it looks like we could break it in a bit now. You have the bounce from this support. And yeah, so as long as we hold this support, we're chilling. Maybe closest below this line, this whole thing, closest below that are some invalidations on the higher time frames. I think once we start making lower lows, it starts looking really bad, but that hasn't happened yet. So I think we just break this and we could go straight towards 28 or maybe even 32k.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that. There is not much to add up.
Yeah, so that's about the weekly, basically all of that. Now let's move on to the daily. I think this whole thing, let's call it summer range. We already broke out from it. We looked back, but broke out again. And now it just starts looking great. So you have the high, the higher low, the higher high, the higher low. And as long as we don't make a lower low, we're looking really bullish, I think. Yeah, that's basically about it. On the daily, we're just above the range, and as long as we are above the range, we are looking great. We can maybe even look at the lower charts or like the lower time frames. On the 4 hour, you can see that we are slowly starting to break out from this level. So if this turns out to be a fake out, we just go for the new highs, I think. And yeah, I think that's basically about it on the Bitcoin. Okay, well, let's move on to ETH. I think ETH started looking great a few days ago. So basically the TA on weekly is pretty similar to the one on Bitcoin, except you have this fake out thingy below this support / resistance. Now it's support. And I don't think this resistance is as significant as this one, but we are kind of struggling with it for the past few weeks. But I think this is the more important one, and I think we are going straight for it. So that's about the weekly chart, I think.
Yeah. I'll check out ETH versus Bitcoin and see if we want to stay in Bitcoin or ETH right now.
So this thing looks like the double bottom, and I think we could start breaking some resistances and just go way higher from here. I think the most significant resistances are like this one. You can see it is a pretty strong support all the way here, and now it is acting as a resistance still. But I think once we break it, we could just go for the highs, and once we go for the highs on the weekly, it just starts looking great. Like once we get here, it would be like the maybe even 20th retest of the whole weekly thing. And I mean, the more retests you get, the bigger chance to break out. So I'm looking for opening some positions on ETH, or at least rotating from Bitcoin to ETH. And yeah, it just starts to look great again.
Yeah, I can agree with that. We'll probably wait for a higher high on daily, at least one. And once we do that, I think that is a good sign to start opening ETH instead of Bitcoin. So once we do that, I'll probably just move my finances from BTC to ETH. And yeah, that's all from me.
Yeah, I think that is about it from us today, because these are the most interesting coins we found. And well, hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next one.
And of course, don't forget to smash the like button, consider subscribing, as we upload almost daily right now. And see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.